I had always been a light sleeper, but I never thought fear could wake me in the middle of the night like this. It started on a Tuesday. I had just moved into my new apartment, a tiny place above an old antique shop downtown. The first few nights were quiet, almost unnervingly so, until the third night. That's when I first heard it. At first, I thought it was the old pipes, a soft, dragging sound, like someone moving their fingers across the floorboards. But then, I realized it wasn't coming from the walls. It was coming from under my bed. I froze. I stared at the floor, my heart pounding so hard it felt like it would break through my chest. There was nothing visible, just shadows stretching across the worn carpet. And then, softly, a whisper, "Come closer." My blood ran cold. I jumped back, nearly knocking over my nightstand lamp. It was gone. Only silence. I told myself it was my imagination, that moving into a new place was stressful, and I was dreaming. But when I lay down, I heard it again. "Don't leave." This time, the whisper sounded urgent, almost pleading. My rational mind screamed that I should get out of the apartment, call someone, anything. But I was paralyzed by fear and curiosity. Slowly, I crouched down and peered under the bed. Nothing, just dust and forgotten boxes. The whispering continued nightly. At first, it was just murmurs, soft enough that I could almost convince myself it wasn't real. But soon, the whispers became clearer, forming words I couldn't ignore. "You shouldn't be here. I've been waiting. They'll find you next." Every night, I tried ignoring it, tried sleeping with lights on, tried even leaving the apartment, but the whispers followed me. No matter what I did, the voice was always there, lurking just beneath my bed. One night, I couldn't take it anymore. I grabbed a flashlight and a baseball bat and leaned down to look under the bed. The light caught something. No, someone. A small figure huddled in the darkness, its face hidden, only two eyes glowing faintly like embers. It didn't move at first. Then, it whispered my name. "I've been waiting for you." I froze. My throat tightened and my hand shook. The air grew colder, almost like frost forming on my skin. I swung the bat instinctively. The figure dissolved into smoke, or maybe shadows, but the whispers didn't stop. They only grew louder, echoing inside my skull. I slept in the living room that night. For the first time, I thought I was safe. But at 3:17 a.m., I felt a hand brush against my ankle. And then softly, in that same haunting voice, "Why are you hiding?" I couldn't stay any longer. I packed a bag and left, not daring to look back. The next day, I visited the building manager, asking if anyone had ever died in the apartment. He hesitated, then said quietly, "Yes, 40 years ago, a child disappeared from this room. They never found her. Some say she still waits." I never returned, but sometimes, when I'm home alone at night, I swear I hear a faint whisper, soft as a breeze. "Come back." And I remember the cold eyes under the bed, watching, waiting, patient, eternal. I never believed in ghosts. Not really. I thought stories about haunted houses were for thrill seekers and kids trying to scare each other. But that changed the night I heard laughter coming from my grandma's empty room. It had been a quiet summer evening. My parents had gone out, leaving me alone at my grandma's old house. She had passed away years ago, and since then, the house had been mostly empty, filled with dusty furniture, faded photographs, and the lingering smell of her perfume. I had come to gather some of her belongings, planning to clean out the attic and maybe sell a few antiques. I was in the living room, sorting through boxes when I first heard it. A soft, high-pitched laugh. At first, I thought it was the wind. Old houses make strange noises at night. But this was different. The laugh was playful, familiar, and unmistakably human. My heart skipped a beat when I realized it sounded exactly like my grandma. I froze. The sound came from upstairs, from her bedroom. The room had been locked for years, ever since she passed. I hadn't planned to go in there tonight, but curiosity, or maybe fear, pushed me forward. I climbed the stairs slowly, every step creaking beneath my weight. The air grew colder as I neared her door. The laugh echoed again, softer this time, almost as if she was right behind the door. I reached out, my hand trembling, and turned the knob. The room was empty. Dust floated in the dim light from the window, and the bed, neatly made years ago. Nothing moved, nothing breathed, and yet the laughter continued. It was closer now, right behind me. I spun around, but the hallway was empty. My heart was pounding in my ears. I told myself it was my imagination, that grief and loneliness were making me see and hear things that weren't there. But deep down, I knew it was something else. I decided to leave the room, but as I stepped out, the bedroom door slammed shut on its own. The laughter turned into a soft whisper. "Come play." I stumbled back, trying to open the door, but it was locked. Panic surged through me. I could feel a cold presence in the room, circling me, pressing against my chest. My hands shook as I tried to turn the knob, but it wouldn't budge. Then I saw it. In the corner of the room, faint at first, like a shadow, a small figure appeared. It was her, my grandma, but not as I'd remembered her. Her eyes were hollow, and her smile was too wide, yet the voice, soft and lilting, was unmistakably hers. "Don't go. Stay with me." I stumbled backward, tripping over the carpet, and ran down the stairs. I didn't stop until I was out of the house, gasping for air, my chest tight with fear. Outside, the night was still, silent, safe, or so I thought. I never went back inside that room, but sometimes, late at night, when the wind blows just right, I hear it, the soft, playful laughter of my grandma, coming from her empty bedroom. It always sounds inviting, almost cheerful, until I remember the hollow eyes, the wide smile, and the whisper that always follows. "Come play, forever." Even now, I can't pass the house without feeling it watching me, waiting, hoping I'll enter and never leave. I don't believe in ghosts anymore. I know they exist,